I want to talk about something I really want to get off my chest. I am sick and tired of the way that people are being treated in my line of work. I'm sure this happens in other fields too, but the only care is money and not people's people's there's no care about people, human beings, as human beings, people's thoughts, feelings, people's livelihoods. It's just about money. And today I want to talk about recruiters, healthcare recruiters. And I mean, I get, I used to get close to like 20 cold calls a day from recruiters. And they would be telling me how great I am. And I mean, it's not, they don't even know me, right? So, you're kind of like, okay, but, and how much they want you to, how much you're perfect for their job that they have a job opening for. And, the fact of the matter is, if they get you to be, if they get you in the job, they make a significant amount of money. I mean, we're talking anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 that these, that these hospital organizations are paying. And I was wondering, like, why do they want to pay so much money to find a doctor when they could just go on Indeed or Glassdoor or, I haven't quite figured that part out. I mean, I don't have it all figured out, as you probably have guessed, because I don't even know like why I'm doing this. I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get up and make this video. I don't even know who it's for. Sometimes I feel like, I want to help my colleagues understand, what's going on, but I don't even know if this is gonna reach anybody. My algorithm on my channel is pretty much shot. I'm pretty much cooked in that way, but and I'm rambling, so I don't really know who would have the time or day to even want to hear my ramblings. Even when I try to share this in real life with other people that I think can help them, they don't want to hear it. Nobody likes to really hear negativity. Nobody really wants to hear these types of truths. I think I've heard the saying sometimes, if you tell the truth prepared to be really lonely, not a lot of people can handle the truth. But I just had to get this off my chest, man. This is just so annoying. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the way that I'm being treated. And I imagine I'm not the only one to be just kind of like lied to. You get all these sleazy used car salesman type recruiters that are just calling you because they look at you like you are a bag of cash for them. That's basically it. Yeah, so they don't care about you. They don't care about if you're a good fit for the company that's looking for the hospital. They just want to put you in a place so that they can get money, so that they can make money. And I know that's the way of the world. I know we live in a capitalist society. You know, I know. And I know this is better than communism. I've seen what communism does. But you know, I know communism is not the answer. I know that. But this is the dirty underbelly of capitalism. It's absolutely dirty. And and yeah, I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting that hospitals will pay $30,000 to $50,000, maybe even more, to a recruiting agency to find a doctor. And it's like, again, it's like, why don't you just go on Indeed? Why don't you go on Glassdoor? I don't get it. Why do you have to pay a recruiting agency in order to find you? I don't understand. I don't get that part of it. I don't get why. Yeah, and these recruiting agencies, they'll lie to you. A lot of times they'll say they're doing horrible things. I mean, like, I know staff is expendable. I mean, this is what I've seen. Yeah, we're all expendable, all of us. And I get it, I guess. The show must go on, the business must go on, I guess, right? If something happens to you, if you die, you know, the next day they'll put out an ad to replace you, right? I mean, it is what it is. It's just a fact of life, you know. They don't care. You know, I've seen many coworkers pass away, and how they just, nobody cares. Like, they'll say one little thing and then move on. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like when you watch the news and the news anchor is like saying, you know, there's been a mass shooting and, you know, 20 people have died or something like that. And then there's no reaction, there's no feeling. And I guess I get it to some extent, but and then they just, 1 second later, they move on to the next story. It's reporting the next story. And it's just like, wow, the heck? Like, it's just robotic almost, you know? And that's what it feels like to work for these companies, to work for these hospitals. Like, they just don't care. They don't care about anybody. It's next person up. Show must go on. And I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me mentally. Maybe I'm the mentally ill one, but it always bothered me when how expendable the staff is treated. Always bothered me. It's like that everywhere, so it's not like it's not like there's an answer or something like that. At least what I've seen in my 30 years, I haven't. And again, maybe there's something wrong with me where my wiring's all messed up and this is bothering me. Maybe this is maybe I'm the only one that's bothered by this stuff. I don't know. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about recruiters and how sleazy they are, how slimy they are, and how they don't care about you as a doctor, as a human being, as a healthcare provider, as a caregiver. They don't care. They don't give a shit about you, and they will lie, cheat, and steal. They'll do whatever they have to do to make that $30,000 to $50,000 placement fee that they charge. There's others. They do different types. They do contingencies. They do different types of contracts, and so there's so many different elements to it. But like I think one thing recently what happened to me was they were basically replacing a doctor. A doctor wasn't performing that they wanted to. Obviously, it had to do with them not making enough money for them. You know how it is. It's all about money. And you're just telling me about this position, and I'm like, why do they need two positions for this? I don't understand. Why do they need two leadership positions? And basically, what they admitted to without admitting to it was that I'm to be replacing this leadership position on this organization, and that this person would be fired. But they were just basically talking a whole load of shit about the provider, and but saying it in a roundabout way, and it was so like dismissive. It was so rude. It was so patronizing, condescending. All of that. It was terrible. And as an empath, I felt for the guy, and I'm like, I don't think this guy is as bad as you're making him out to be. Obviously, I didn't get the job after I said those types of things and was trying to defend the guy. I was trying to find out why was the guy so bad, and they were obviously the recruiter was obviously getting upset that I was even asking those questions. But it's always a dirty situation. It's always a really bad situation when you go into an organization that is replacing, doing this in a very secretive, duplicitous way, where they're secretly finding the replacement. It's just a dirty. I mean, I can tell you, when I have had to replace, when organizations act like this, it's always a bad situation. A good job is where you are filling a need because the place is expanding and they're growing, and so they need somebody for that. But when it's like they're firing somebody and it's like Friday, they serve the papers, give the last check, and they escort you out the door, and then Monday your replacement comes in, that's it's just a dirty part of the business. And I know there's probably going to be people who defend that action and that way of doing business. And but it makes me feel like whenever I've witnessed that,